Welcome to NCLEX Map, where knowledge meets mastery. Today we're diving into the Glasgow Coma Scale, or GCS, a crucial tool in nursing. Mastering this scale can help you save lives and ace the NCLEX. Let's get started. The GCS measures consciousness through three categories: eye-opening, verbal response, and motor response. Each category is scored separately, giving a total score between 3 and 15. A score of 15 means fully alert, while 8 or less indicates severe brain injury. Remember, 7 and less than 7 is TBI that requires intubation. A score of 3 indicates deep coma or brain death. Let's break down eye-opening, the E in GCS. You can score up to 4 points here. 4 points for spontaneous eye-opening, 3 for opening to verbal command, 2 for pain, and 1 for no eye-opening. When assessing pain, use central stimulation like a sternal rub to gauge the brain's response. Next up is verbal response, the V in GCS, which is worth 5 points. 5 points for being oriented, 4 for confused responses, 3 for inappropriate words, 2 for sounds without words, and 1 for no sound. If your patient is intubated, remember to write 1T instead of 0, meaning 1 is the lowest verbal score possible, no verbal response, and T is for intubated. Now let's talk about motor response, the M in GCS, which has 6 points total. 6 points for following commands, 5 for localizing pain, 4 for withdrawing from pain, 3 for flexion, 2 for extension, and 1 for no movement. Decerebrate posture usually indicates a more severe injury. Let's apply this in a real scenario. Imagine a 34-year-old male arrives after a motorcycle crash. He opens his eyes only to pain. That's E2. He mumbles incomprehensibly, V2. He withdraws from pain, M4. Total GCS, 8. This patient isn't protecting his airway, so prepare for intubation and continuous neuromonitoring. If GCS drops by 2 points or more, it's a red flag. Call the provider immediately. Raise the head of the bed 30 degrees, reduce stimulation, and prevent increases in intracranial pressure. For infants or nonverbal children, adjust your approach. Observe their movements, cries, and how they track faces. A baby who coos and smiles is oriented, while one who only moans to pain has a lower score. The principles remain the same: observe, interpret, document. Now let's cover some NCLEX tips. Always establish a baseline GCS. You're looking for changes, not just numbers. A drop of 2 or more points is your emergency cue. Never give sedatives before your initial neuro exam. And remember your mnemonic: EVM 456, eye, verbal, motor, in that order. The Glasgow Coma Scale turns observation into objective data, helping nurses catch subtle changes before they escalate. If this breakdown clarified GCS for you, imagine how it can help others. If you found value here, like, share, and subscribe to this informative channel. For those reviewing this material, note that the presentation is intentionally concise, yet strategically focused on the golden insights that matter most. The content reflects professional expertise and current evidence, not generalized information, but a thoughtfully curated synthesis to support advanced understanding and practice. Every click strengthens your clinical judgment and builds your exam confidence. Stay sharp, stay compassionate, and I'll see you in the next video.